tell you. If it sounds miserable, I'll tell you. Like, I don't know how to tell people to do things audio-wise or what they're trying to achieve. You know, I just can, only terms I know are my terms. And mellow.
What's up, guys?
Is the term in my hi-fi glossary, I guess. So anyways, back over to you, Peter. I wonder if you're hearing Scott there. KA3STN in a group, KB2RHR, Pittsburgh.
What's up, guys? Oh, long week, man. Long week. What's up, Andy? I've been playing on AM, brother. I've been loving it. I might jump into this QSO right now with these guys. Let's see. Let's give it a listen.
Good to know the right day, that's for sure. And Altoona, I guess that's what, 50 miles? Yeah, I'm in the very southern part of Florida. I'm sure. I think we even tried, or maybe it was another gentleman that's even closer. He tried ground wave or something, and during the day it was close enough where he can use 75 meters even, or something, and that worked. It's getting probably late enough now it wouldn't matter, but you know what I'm saying. But the FT, the audio is better now. I was thinking about saying, he sounds a little rough, but it was copyable at the other setting. But you're doing fine now. And I'm just running a Rice box and an amplifier going about 300 watts a carrier. And turned it up for, that's all the other two gentlemen's signals dropping down a whole lot. They were, 9 to 20 over, now they're 5 to 9. So 40 is still doing what I call, you'll like this description, fickle 40 with an F, fickle 40. There you go. That's the word of the day.
All right, we're going to jump in.
Let's pass it over to Scott before the band changes too much. KB3RQU. I think I got the last letter right. Uniform. Go ahead, Scott. KA3STN.
Kilowatt Bravo 2. Uniform Kilowatt Alpha. What's up, Greg?
Southern Fulton School District. So I've probably been working just a few miles from where you at. And your signal's still good. I'm getting that AM broadcast station in there. I'm getting the Pepperdine. They're probably at 72.9. I'm getting the Pepperdine. Here's the strongest, and that station that just checked in. You're about 20 over. So one of you guys when he comes around there after you have your train, your new member, go ahead. See if you can pick him up. But yeah, I'm just running 25 watts. But I sometimes get excited when I get on AM. I get up on the
Yeah, Andy's the best, Greg. VFO froze up. I couldn't turn the knob. The FT1000 FP. I have a Mark V in the house on the amplifier, and I have the MP out here in the garage in Studio B. Tighter and tighter, and after about 5 or 10 minutes, I couldn't even turn the thing. I took it apart, killed the radio in the back. Knob off, and I shot a little bit of 3-in-1 oil with the precision oiler down the shaft, left it sit on its back all night. It's good as new. Hopefully that's not going to happen. KB3RHR, still hearing me. And then trying to pick up that other station. I think I copied KB2UKA, Kilo Bravo 2 Uniform Kilowatt Alpha.
And 3 TBW.
What's up, neighbor? Whoever the 2 station is can go ahead and then get it to N3 TBW. KB3RHR.
All right, good afternoon, guys. KB3RHR. Good afternoon. KB3RHR, you're 30 over here. Name is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf. Call sign is Kilowatt Bravo 2, Uniform Kilowatt Alpha. I'm located on Long Island, about 50 miles east of New York City. A little less than a mile from the Long Island Sound. You're booming in here, and let's see, where'd it go in my logbook? I didn't log them. The station I got to change it over to. The gentleman that transmitted after I gave my call out, I've got you about a 4x7 into Long Island. There's QSB, but sometimes you're 5 and 8. But you're averaging about 4x7. So good afternoon, guys. I just started playing around on AM. I've been loving it. So I've been jumping in when I hear guys out there. So let me pause here for a sec. I'm going to hand it over to that other breaking station. I'm sorry I typed your call in, but I didn't log it. So go ahead.
I guess it goes to me. Yeah, this is November 3 Tango Bravo Whiskey. And my name is Brian, and I'm located in Delmont, Pennsylvania, which is almost 30 miles due east of Pittsburgh. Running the T368 here, just walked in the door. Got in from work here a little earlier, so I was happy of that. So, anyway, just thought I would jump in here before the band goes long, because I know it'll happen here quite shortly. I am hearing a little bit of Peter in there. He's about the weakest, but the Altoona station I copy quite well, and copying you quite well there, Craig. So you guys are both coming in here good, and also the KB2UKA is sounding good. So there was another breaker in there too, I think. I thought I heard down in the little bit weaker there, so maybe you can get him in here. This is N3TBW.
Hey, Steven. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm not hearing any other station. I don't know if it's... You must have the propagation, pal. Well, it's nice for you to get home early on a Friday. I sent you the directions, 4 o'clock sharp, in case you don't hear from me the rest of the evening, which you may not. I went and took a nap, and I think I'm gonna, like, go take a siesta. I took these sleeping pills, Brian. I just cannot get on, you know, it's been what, how long now? Almost 2 years doing this other shift, and I just cannot get my bearings straight. So I took some assistance last night, and that kept me down till 4. But I feel like it was like a dog tranquilizer, man. I'm like all groggy all day today. I'm just miserable. So I did some chores, and I got on early this morning. Well, it was really tough at first, but then the band seems like they're coming back a little bit from the shock. And so at least I can hear you guys, so that's good. But I sent you those directions, and very good. Nice to meet you, Doug. I'm not sure if Peter's still in there or not. We got Scott in there too, so maybe I'll stay in here for one more before I pull plugs and take a siesta. But we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Brian, and over to you, Peter, if you're still copying.
That's
still
great,
going to be in
Steven.
there, or you have one more left
Back
in you,
on the air is always good.
If you're not, then we'll send it to Scott, but I don't want to leave you out, Peter. Anyways, Doug, the name is Craig, Charlie Romeo Alpha India Golf. I'm located in West Finney, Pennsylvania, which is about 45 miles southwest of Pittsburgh, pretty close to Wheeling, West Virginia. Go ahead, Peter, if you're still there, KE3STN to take it, and if not, KB3 or QU from KB3RHR.
Okay there, Craig, no problem. Yeah, I thought I heard a 9 station earlier, but it was coming in here really light earlier. But yeah, I'm going to probably sign out after this one because the group's getting larger, and also I'm getting hungry. I skipped lunch, and here, it looks like I'm not modulating properly. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just wanted to check that real quick. And for all the new check-ins, the name's Peter, Breezewood, PA. 10 miles south of Breezewood at a friend's hunting camp. So I'm Portable 3 or Stroke 3, whatever you want to call it. Still in 3 land, but south central Fulton County is the one gentleman knows where I'm at. It's in here from Altoona, and that's who I'll be passing it to. But I would say the biggest signal is probably KB2UKA from Long Island. He's I think the channel master, as they would say. And M3TVW. Everybody's strong except for, I don't know. Everybody's strong enough. It's good enough. I'm not going to really get into all that. I think I need to start making some food here. And plus also, don't forget this coming weekend is time change. So all the nets and all will have to be on a different schedule, or they're going to move or whatever. But there we go. And that solar flare had a name for it. It was called the one ate the other. There was 2 flares near the same time and exiting the sun, and when one ran into the other, it created all kinds of standing waves like SWR in outer space. So I call it that. Event. That was another name used. But I'm going to get on out of here, guys. I'll be operating from the camp for the next week or so with the All-Star Season. We'll be on my brother's camp in West Virginia, an hour and a half south of here.
Yeah, that's great, Stephen. I'm sure it'll be gangbusters.
See what his place looks like. He just bought it a while ago. And I forget who it was mentioning about wanting to get a camp, but the prices are up. That's true. So there we go. But everybody's coming in good, but signals are dropping. I heard somebody mentioning about the band going long, and I guess it's already doing that because the broadcasters are definitely building other streams. News stations, I think it was Brian, the other station in Long Island. I've got to write his name down, but good evening to you from Breezewood, PA. I'll sign on out and I'll pass it on over to Altoona. Go ahead and pick it up there, Scott, and I'm sure I'll work you here in the near future. I don't know if you do other bands, 75 or what. Probably it'll be a pipeline at this time of day as far as big signals, even with low powers. I think you said you were running just the XT1000, I believe. So let me get it your way. KB3RQU. And I don't know where you're supposed to turn it over. I've lost track. I would say either Brown M3TVW. I think that's one of them 2. So keep it on moving. Go ahead, Scott. KA3STN Portable 3.
All right, Peter. Thank you. And I'll acknowledge WB9FMP. If you were able to hear me being a 9 station and I'm on 25 watts, I don't know. We'll attempt to try to pick you up. I've heard you call a number of times. You're just above the noise level here. But yeah, Peter, nice talking with you. Good hearing you again. We did try to work on another band. We I think tried to pick up a repeater either up in Bedford or Blue Knob. There's a repeater on 2-meter machine somewhere in between. I think we tried to pick that up one night. But you're still holding S9 here. I have a rather high. I have an S7 or S8 noise level here. But you're still a little bit above that, and I'm able to copy you 100%. Doug, you got a killer signal here into central Pennsylvania. You're 30 over. You're really booming in here to Altoona, Pennsylvania. And the station that has been calling, I hope I copied his call right. WB9FMC. You're right at my noise level. I don't know if the other stations are hearing you, but I will acknowledge you, and one of you guys could give him a shot and see if he can get in here with us too. Brian over in Delmont, you're pounding in here too. You're 20 over. You've got a good signal down too. Not all that far away from Pittsburgh.
Wow, that's some weird interference. You guys see that? This is KB2UKA. Do I have it? I think I have it. If I don't, I apologize. Scott, I heard most of that. You were S8, and then you just faded away there at the end. I heard my call, so I think I have it. So let's see, what's the station here? I'm running a Sunsdr2 DX, LD MOS amplifier. My carrier's about 280 right now, maybe 300. Voice peaks, I don't know, around 1300 watts. The antenna is a 43-foot ground-mounted vertical with 100 ground radials at 65 feet in length, and a legal limit remote tuner right at the base of the antenna. And then the whole station here runs on an i9 iMac, and I'm processing all the audio through Logic Pro. So I've got about 7 or 8 plugins. I'm EQ'd out to about 10K for my AM profile, and that's what I'm running here. So I've been spending most of my time, at least for the last year, on one side of the band, doing ESSB and Voodoo Audio and all that fun stuff. So I figured, why not take that skill and bring it up to AM and speak with you guys. So I appreciate you letting me in here. I'm not sure if I go to Brian. And Brian, good to speak with you again. We spoke a few times. Craig, this is our first contact, I believe. I'm going to pass it to you, Craig, and then I guess you go to Brian. I got to get used to this rotation here. But KB3RHR, KB2UKA, pick it up.
Go ahead, Brian.
Is it my turn?
Your turn, go ahead.
Yeah, the band's starting to go out there. I wasn't copying any other stations that were breaking in. I'm getting a lot of sideband on the frequency here and everything else. So I'm going to sign and let you guys carry on. So, okay, Craig, I'll go look at that. Get that address and make sure you get that other information to her. I'll just text you there if I need any other information. But all right, so far that's the plan, and I'll be down at that location at that time unless I get called out. Because
man, this AM just sounds good, doesn't it, guys?
That's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. All right, guys, have fun with it. 40 meters starts to die at this time of the evening. Okay, KB3RHR, if you're there and can hear me, go ahead and pick it up. And Doug, you were sounding okay. And Scott, you were sounding pretty good as well. So You were still coming in, but you're starting to take some deep fades, and that means the band's going away on us. KB3RHR, this is N3 TBW signing clear.
Okay, buddy. Well, you're doing okay, but that's probably going to change. It's probably going to change pretty quickly. Sounds like it. Anyway, good to hear you. Yeah, I'll send you the other thing there in a second. Yeah, I just I poked my head in here and I heard Brett and Peter talking, so I thought I'd say hello. And now it's time for me to go take a little siesta before the birthday girl comes home. So, we have to open presents and the whole like. So, but good group of guys here. So most of them are local, so that's pretty good. Not too often you can talk from Breezewood all the way back to the southwest corner. So that's pretty cool. And I don't know what kind of night it's going to be. It might be one of those lay in bed watching movie nights. I think maybe, who knows? Maybe if I get a little siesta, I won't. But good to hear you guys in here. Glad we had the propagation while we had it. And we'll catch up with you all later. Peter, Scott, Doug, and O'Brien, 7-3 from this corner of the state. All rise for the national anthem. This is KB3RHR. I'm going to pull the switches, boys. Doug, good to hear you in here all the way from Long Island as well. So 7-3, guys. Take care. Have a good night.
All right, Craig, take care. Nice meeting you. Let me drop it for you a second. Scott, do you still copy me? This is KB2UKA. Anyone still in there? And they're gone. But look at this friggin' crap. All right, if anyone hears me, I'm going to jump over to sideband. KB2UKA QSY. Thanks, guys. 73.
Just to see how the microphone is doing, but I can put a little more top end on it.
All right, you want to stand by and let you engage your equalizer and go +3. Is it a 3-band EQ, 2-band, 8-band, or what is it?
Oh, it's Jim. It's Jim with his microphone check-in.
Okay, in a 3-band EQ, you always want to keep your mid-band 0. Neither cut nor boost. Mid-band is always flat. And then you adjust the top and the bottom to balance the mid-range. If you boost the mid-range, then you've got a problem. It's more of a problem for your top to balance the mid-range.
All right, I'm going to call CQ on 290 AM. This is KB2UKA is the frequency in use. This is KB2UKA is the frequency in use. I'm going to do 4,000 hertz on each side, not 5. This is KB2UKA is the frequency in use.
No, buddy, I think you got it. There's a swamp bucket there beside you, but I think you got it.
All right. Well, how you doing? My name is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf, Long Island, New York. 50 miles east of the city. I've got you about 5 and 8, 5 and 8, 40 starting to go, I think. How copy? Over?
All right, KB2UKA, KB3 RQU. I was in on that last round table down on 85, and we talked. The name is Scott, Altoona, Pennsylvania, and you're still good. You're still 20 over here in central Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, Scott. You came up to a 5.9 that last transmission. There's just a load of fading. What's your call sign again? Over?
Okay, sorry. I didn't expect you to turn over that quick. I stepped away from the radio. The call sign is Kilo Bravo 3, Romeo Quebec Uniform, KB3 RQU.
All right, cool, man. Yeah, I'm hearing you fine now. There's a lot of noise up here, though, tonight. Probably because the band is changing. Well, I'm glad I could hear you now. You heard what I'm running. I'm just, I don't know. I've been loving AM these last couple of weeks. I got a bunch of guys that we normally do ESSB and voodoo stuff with on the lower part of the band. And we decided to start playing with AM a couple of weeks ago, and we've been loving it. So nice to meet you. I got to get used to talking longer, brother. I know the exchanges are much longer up here on AM. I'm usually 30 seconds in and out. So I got to keep a little timer here and try to get up to 3 minutes. Over?
Yeah, I have the same problem. I'm more of a listener than I am a talker. I'll sit and copy a round table or a QSO for 20 minutes and then decide to jump in and say hello to everybody.
What's up, Bill?
But I have the same problem. I don't really have a lot to say. At least a whole lot of intelligence. Well, my power's creeping up a second there. Hang on. There we go. I got to try to keep it around 25 watts a carrier. I'm just running barefoot on a Yaesu FT1000 MP. And I don't want to run more than about 25 watts a carrier. It was up to about 35 watts there. It'll start to get into the AGC and start to sound crap. But I believe you were the guy that had the SDR rig. It sounds really good. You're using if you're the one that, if I remember correctly, you're the one using a Mac audio processing.
Yeah, that's me. I'm using these sidebanders are coming in here. Sunsdr2 DX, the Russian radio. I love it. I absolutely love it. You sound great. If there was no QSB, I'd have my speakers on and the subwoofer on and just listen to you. You sound great. This is a very clean transmit on this Sun. It doesn't have pure signal like an Anon, but it will. Sometime next year, we will be getting a firmware update for Expert Electronics version of pure signal. But even without it, IMD is very, very clean, especially on sideband, man. It's a brick wall. And I'm running power, right? Like, let me see. Yeah, the carrier right now is 259 watts. And the peaks are right around 1150, 1200. So even with the power, it's clean. Over?
All right. It sounds really good. I don't hear any distortion. Yeah, the IMD figures are one thing, but listening to the audio through a good set of headphones, which I am right now, tells me more than any IMD spec tell me, and I do not hear any distortion hardly at all. So whatever you have is working. What for amplifier? Is that a solid state amp?
Yeah, Roger. So I've had it about 1.5 years now. You might have heard of it. It's become very popular over the last 6 months. It's the Mercury 3S. It's the amp that's sold in kit form. My friend Kenny, KM3KM, he cultivates the parts down in Florida. And it's an LD Moss, one LD Moss. And very, very easy assembly. Kit I use very liberally. You're soldering a couple of coaxes to a board. Your AC plug gets soldered in there. And everything else is plug and play. I've had zero problems with it. Even on AM. Let's see, I'm at about 45 degrees Celsius. And, that's pretty much, maybe it'll get to 48 degrees. It handles it pretty well. A lot of fail safes in place, SWR protection, overdrive protection, all that fun stuff. It's a solid state, fully automatic. First one I've ever owned. I've had all tube amps prior to this. And it's just gangbusters. Also, Scott, just want to give you a heads up. I'm live streaming on YouTube. So that last QSO that we were all in, I wasn't copying you that well, but I'm hearing you pretty good now. So if you put my call sign KB2UKA into the search box of YouTube, I have a pretty large channel. Got about 8 guys in there right now. Everyone says you sound great. You'll be able to hear and see your signal report. Timestamp right now is about 31 minutes. Over.
All right, I'm Googling that up right now. See if anything comes up. You're very familiar with the... I'm looking at some... I've almost bit the bullet and bought one. It's $2,500. It seems like a nice deal. And it looks like the kit is pretty easy to put together. A couple of questions I have for you is how much drive to get that 250 watts of carrier? How much drive are you using? How much carrier drive are you running out of the rig? And the question was I had about it. Oh, the lead time. How long did it take you to get it? They're claiming it could take 4 or 5 months to get this thing. So you might enlighten me a little bit on those two items.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when I bought it a year and a half ago, I called Kenny up. Him and I spoke, and it was at my door 3 days later. You are 100% correct. It's taking that, well, they were up to about 4 months. They're down in between 2.5 and 3. They shut their production down and retooled everything. For building the components, and now they're able to get them out a little bit quicker. The issue is they blew up out of nowhere. I was probably the 5th or 6th owner, maybe 10th tops. And then one of the guys who bought it, I forgot his call sign and his name, but one of the guys who bought it, I believe, did a 5-page spread about it in Amateur Radio Magazine. That was a month or 2 ago. And then right after they retooled the production shop, that article came out. And I think it kind of put them back in the same position before they retooled. In fact, I shot Kenny an email the other day. And he normally gets right back to me. They're so busy, it took them 4 or 5 days to get back to me. I had a question about something. So that was one of your questions. The other question, right now I'm putting in about 7 or 8 watts, and I'm getting, hold on, let me stop talking for a second. Yeah, I'm getting just about 280. So 7-8 watts gets me 280, and the peaks are right around 1200. On sideband, it peaks higher. It's more reactive on sideband, but zero problems on AM. Over.
Okay, code that. Did you say 7 watts or 70 watts?
07 watts. Over.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would work really good with this solid state rig. This solid state rig is clean up to about 25 watts of carrier. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I think I might hit him up and just get one on the way here. Yeah,
you figure you order it now. I I would expect you'd have it middle to the end of January, right? It'll give you a nice winter project. And by project, 3-4 hours. Over?
Oh, really? The build time was only 3 or 4 hours? That's really cool. I could build that in the garage here in an afternoon. And you're right, winter's coming. It's a good time to have a little ham radio project going.
Man, we're planning on moving not too far from here, but to a bigger lot. I'm only on a 1/4 acre. So I've been designing 80-meter 2-element delta loops. I got a whole plan here. I need so I can't do antennas right now. I've got a step-by-R urban beam in the garage that I built, and then we decided we're going to start looking to move. So I didn't put that up just to rip it down 6 months later. But yeah, I love building stuff. I have an old FT 950 sitting here that I'm thinking of doing the pan adapter modification for, just to get some soldering in over the winter, and maybe put that in line and play with that thing. I haven't turned it on in about, I don't know, 9-10 years. And I like tinkering. When you get on the YouTube page, I'm popping this up there right now. And by the way, you can watch it back at any time. You don't have to watch it live. It'll be up there forever. This is where I process all the audio. This is Logic Pro. So there's my, hold on, boom, there's my EQ. The EQ runs into an Aphex oral exciter. That runs into another exciter just at 1400 hertz. Then I've got a little bass boost in there, slight compression with a 0 dB limiter, noise gate, which I don't even know. When I'm EQ'd to 10K, this condenser mic picks everything up, whether I have a gate or not. And then a touch of reverb in there. And then there, at last but not least, my analyzer. So yeah, I love tinkering with stuff. Like I said, I think I spent the last year really tweaking audio, and now I'm playing up here on AM. Over.
All right, yeah, I'm looking at your live stream right now. In fact, I gotta pause it here so I don't get confused. But I'm looking at your live stream. You definitely hear that. I'm an audio guy. I'm a sound engineer. I do sound for bands and music festivals, concerts, and so forth. Not on a large scale, but on a regional basis around central Pennsylvania area. And I'm familiar with the Aphex audio exciters. They bring out the sibilant and the clarity a lot in the vocals, and it shows on your your audio is very copious. I'm going to look at your Mercury amplifier. Be a good project for you. All right, I got a project that I have to go on right now. So I'll put the battery back together. Why allocate the battery over the last 2 years? You're wonderful job of it. I'm going to put all the fixtures back up there, the white fixtures, towel hangers, curtain rods for the shower curtain and all that. That's everything. Get ready to do here. You need good, you call that. To get that carrier level, or are you able to get that carrier level running on 120 volts?
All 120. I've never wired it for 220, 240. I never wired it for that. I have, what I did do, because I had already built the amp and I had already put the AC plug on. But I had a separate line run to the shack because I'm in the basement. So the box is only about 20, 25 feet away. I have a 20 amp breaker, and that's where I plug my power supply into and the amp. Over.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, I was reading the specs, and it says that it draws about 17 amps at full power at 110, and at 220 I would expect it draws roughly half of that. But I only have 110 out here to the garage in Studio B, where I'm operating now. And I like to operate AM, and I'm limited to 25 watts of carrier. I have a heatsink HL2200, two 3500Zs in Studio A. I have a FP1000 Mark V in there, straight, solid stuff in there. And I do have 220 in there, and I can't leave a limit slot ready, so. Studio A is in the house where I don't smoke and I don't drink. I hang out in there with the boys, but I don't operate it an awful lot. So having something that would give me a decent amount of power on the 120 volts that's available out here in Studio B would be a big plus. Over.
Oh yeah, I think you'll be fine, especially if you do an AM out there. I've had no problems. I was blowing few circuits prior to running the dedicated line, but that's because this house was built in 1923. And even though I've upgraded the power here, there's so much on one line or multiple rooms on one line, but no problem on a 20 amp breaker, none whatsoever. All right, Scott. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here. These guys on 295 are killing us right now. At least they're killing me. Man, so it was really nice meeting you. I hope you enjoy the YouTube page. I do this every day, pretty much. I'm going to be on very early in the morning. On the weekends, I'm on usually 6 a.m., 6:30 the latest. So if you like the YouTube stuff, subscribe to me. You'll get notified whenever I'm doing this, and we could talk more amplifier and audio. So I will say 73 to you, sir. Kilo Bravo 3, Radio Quebec uniform, Scott in Altoona, Pennsylvania, from KB2UKA. I'll catch you later. Take care.
I'll hear you in there and I'll give you a shout. Pleasure meeting up with you, Doug. Take care and look forward to talking to you again. KB2UKA, KB2RQU.
Okay, 73, and it's Kilo Bravo number 2, just an FYI, KB2, but you got me because you're on the YouTube page. 73, Scott, this is KB2UKA pulling the plug. Take care.
All right, I'm sorry I misspoke there. KB2UKA, and I've already subscribed to your page.
All right, man, I really appreciate the support. Thank you, and I'll probably speak to you this weekend. Have a good one. Thanks, Greg, man. So, I'm sounding different from the last time that you were on the stream, and here's why. Oh, look at all that. Hold on. I'll show you right here. So, this EQ, you'll see that the cutoff is at 10,515 hertz. I'm EQ'd very wide out, very high, higher than normal. Because and this is my AM profile. So if I do this, hold on one second. This is what you've been hearing me on lately. Yeah, it's different. This is probably more of like how an EQ would be for vocals on a recording track for singers. Because there's sibilance up there. Now, my normal... Okay, so now this is my regular 3K sideband profile. You'll hear the change there. Yeah, you have a sideband pro, right? So this is my regular 3K sideband profile. I'll use this on 4K too when the signals aren't strong. If they can't hear me that well, even if I'm 4K wide, I'll use this profile. And then this is my bassy 4K sideband voodoo profile. Here we go. Hold on. All right. Now you hear more bass. What's up, Mike? What's going on, brother? You just missed the AM session. Ooh, what do we have here? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, the highs do push good through good, but that. So see if you look here. Hold on. Wow, look at that interference. Look at that. Look at that right there. What the hell is that? So the reason I wouldn't use that AM profile that's EQ'd out to 10K, the reason I wouldn't use that on sideband is because look, right here. So I would have to go, in order for you to even hear it, in order for somebody to even hear it, I'd have to be 10 kilohertz wide. And I get enough trouble being 4Ks wide. I got to hear this guy. Who is this?
Into MIN from Victor Echo 3 Oscar Whiskey Victor.
Ah, no problem, man. All right. Long week this week, guys. Holy schmoly. Man, I'm getting old. I'm only 41, but if I'm not sleeping by 9:30, I am friggin' shot. Went to bed at like 11:30 last night. I had a client dinner on Wednesday night. I got home here at like 9. That put me in bed at like 10:30. And I got another crazy week next week. Huh. Oh, I got to hear this signal again. Sorry. I'm telling you, I have a new addiction, and it seems to be AM.
I think there was another station from Long Island on where you're much stronger than he was. So back to you there. N2MIN V30WV.
All right, cool, guys. I'll be on in the morning.
That sounds great. And yeah, sounds very good.
Yeah, I'll be on in the morning. And I don't know, sideband, AM, it'll be one of those. But I hope all of you, yeah, you do need your general, Greg. You do, it's a whole different world. All right, let's listen to this guy's audio real quick.
That's actually used as an exciter for the 813. I'm receiving on a Kenwood TS870, and I'm using that as the VFO really as well because it's running the 813. And
he's 6K wide on each side of the band.
Makes for a handy.
Or 12K total.
I've got a couple of other boat anchor receivers sitting beside me which I can use, but they're not turned on at the moment. Beautiful afternoon. Nice. It's sunny most of the day, clouding over now. Temperature's about, I don't know, about 48 degrees. Back to you there, Arnie. N2MIN from the E30WV.
The guy he's talking to is on Long Island, so I can't hear him. And then what you'll see, so this is 6K, this side, and this is 6K, this side. And then you'll see a carrier here and a carrier here. This has to be foreign broadcast with really no audio behind it. And then this is the carrier of the guy that's probably, I don't know, 10 miles from me. So I could see his carrier, but I can't hear him. And when you do an AM, you quote your power in carrier. So normally on sideband, you'll hear me say I'm doing 1200 watts, but on AM, you'll hear me saying I'm doing 280 watts. Because when I dead key, it could be that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Bill. Absolutely. And then when I dead key on AM, you get 280 watts, but when you talk, the vocal swing you up to, that 1,000, 1,200, 1,300. What's up, Scott? By the way, your thing will be done on Monday, just for the record. I got a notification today, and then we'll finish it up. Scott Zingler, it was nice. Oh, what's up, Scott Z? We got Scott M and Scott Z. Yeah, man. I'm loving AM, Scott Z. Absolutely loving it. And you'll be hearing a lot more of me on there. A lot more of me. All right, let's see. This is still the Long Island guy.
Yeah, November 2, Mike India November from the 30WV. Yeah, that second microphone was really good. The first one was pretty good, but it was a noticeably smoother audio. I'm receiving the 870 TS870's got pretty good AM reception in it, receiver, and I'm running that into an external stereo amplifier, obviously a mono, a Marantz 250 watt amplifier with some fairly good speakers, and you sound great. So nothing wrong with that at all.
See, I know.
Yeah, I used to have a DX100, which was, I guess, somewhat similar to the
where'd it go?
Sort of rig you're using, but
I know that if I keep playing with AM, for some reason I'm gonna want this crap. Problem is, I don't know how to fix it.
Transmitter that runs about 50 watts from a 6146, modulated by a pair of 807. It's a pretty good little transmitter. I've got that set up on 15 actually.
Oh, look at this guy. 40 feet tilt over to him. Okay, cool.
A while before this latest solar flare kind of killed it. And so I've been running that on 15 AM and quite a few QSOs over to the UK and the rest of Europe with it. So it's
Hollow State.
Things are getting a lot better. And it's pretty good for us to be able to have a QSO. The band's fairly short. Quite often Long Island is a little marginal from here on account of the skip zone, but just at the moment, touch wood. Of course, having said that, it probably disappeared in the noise. I hope not.
Thanks, Steven, man. I enjoy doing it. I just hope you guys enjoy watching it. I love it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to start doing some how-to videos. Maybe I think I'm going to start the first one with basic EQing. The reason those videos are tough is my EQ won't work for you and your EQ won't work for me. It's all based on the voice. You can find I don't need the Orban AM. I don't need it, Greg. That's what I love this for. But I've looked at those Orbans, but I don't want any physical gear anymore. I get a huge. I don't get a huge. There at times I get RFI in it, and it's just only box I have is this Focusrite that the condenser mic runs into. That's it. This is my Orban. I can add enough plugins in here to replicate it. Steven, that would be cool, exactly. But fun to see how the different settings adjust the voice. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. That's going to be a recording. I won't do that live because I'm going to make a million mistakes. So this way I can edit them out. You guys won't see them. Yeah, Scott, I've been playing with it, man. You could do AM from the truck. No problem. It sounds really good. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. I'm getting hungry. It's almost 5 o'clock here, Scott, in New York. So it's time for din-din. Time for din-din, and I'm going to get some... Oh, only single sideband. Yeah, man. Let's figure it out, Scott. We'll get you one. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic evening, a great weekend, and I'll be streaming tomorrow morning. Take care. Thank you all, and have a great night.